massive NDA victory in the Northeast. The BJP has retained power in Tripura. In Nagaland, the Saffron Party has stormed back to power along with its ally NDPP. In Meghalaya, where the NPP has emerged as the single largest party, the BJP has already announced its decision to extend the letter of support to NPP after Chief Minister Conrad Sangma spoke to Union Home Minister Amit Shah seeking support for government formation. Another major takeaway from the day has been the rout of the Congress and the rejection of the TMC in both Tripura and Meghalaya. While the TMC drew a blank in Tripura, it could only manage 5 seats in Meghalaya. On the other hand, the BJP's big development card has yielded rich dividends in Tripura. The campaigning blitz by bigwigs starting from Prime Minister Narendra Modi swung the mood of the state in favor of the party again. The BJP has also gained in Nagaland, where the NDPP has also emerged as the frontline regional force. The opposition NPF, meanwhile, has been routed in the state. Another big takeaway of the day has been history created by women in Nagaland. For the first time since Nagaland became a state in 1963, 2 women legislators, both from the NDPP, have been elected to the 60-member Nagaland Assembly. One result is in abeyance, that is the result from Tening constituency, and there also reports are suggesting that a women candidate that was put up by the Congress party may have been on a lead. We are not sure, therefore we are unable to say anything concrete. Now, this is the big development in the day-to-day massive victory for the NDA in the northeastern region. That means the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Rahul Gandhi has had absolutely no impact in the northeastern region, as the results have suggested. The Congress have been absolutely routed. The Trinamool Congress, emerged in Tripura and in Meghalaya, but in Tripura it drew a blank. As I've said, in Meghalaya it could manage just 5 seats. Now, that is the big story of the day. I'll be joined in this discussion by a host of guests tonight. At this point in time, I have NPP Meghalaya President Dr. W.R. Karluki on the show. I have Mr. Elentry Dakar, the Vice President of the UDP. I have Mr. Shankar Prasad, former MP and CPIM leader, joining me from Agartala. I also have Mr. Subroto Chakrabarti, Tripura BJP spokesman. I will soon. And I've also been joined by one of India's best-known psephologists, Mr. Yaswant Deshmukh, who is the founder, director of Vota. Gentlemen, welcome to Verdict First, the special edition of Northeast tonight. First, let me go to you. I'm coming to you, Yashwant. First, let me go to Dr. W.R. Karluki, the president of the NPP in Meghalaya. Dr. Karluki, first of all, congratulations on the massive victory of the NPP. There was a lot of speculations that your government under the chief ministership of Conrad Sangma was facing massive anti-incumbency, and therefore you will fall short of your 2018 tally, which was 20. But now you have managed already 24 seats and you are leading in 2 seats. That means you are clearly the largest single party and about to form the government. BJP has already extended support. What is your take? Was the results on expected lines?
Well, thank you, Wasbir, for the congratulations.
Welcome.
And you see, Wasbir, if you read throughout before the election, I'm the only one. I always say that there's no anti-incumbency. In fact, it is a pro-incumbency. And the thing is that, yes, like what I have said, we are targeting for an absolute majority. But the only thing we miss it. And there are certain seats which we lost by 12 votes, 4 votes, and some with 300, some with 100 votes. So this is the thing.
Right. Now the NPP, see, in Tripura, it is a clear victory for the BJP. In Nagaland, it's a clear victory for the NDPP, BJP combined. But only in Meghalaya, it's some kind of a fractured mandate, although you already have about 24 to 26 seats if the leads can be converted into victory. Now, Dr. Kharluki, talks have already begun. The BJP has already extended support. Even if you get 26 seats, the BJP has won only 2 seats. So even then, you will be requiring some outside support. Are you falling back on your earlier partner, that is the regional party UDP?
Well, let us just wait, Wasbir. Time is too early. We have just finished the counting. So we'll wait.
But you should technically have no problem in working with the UDP because you are part of the same Meghalaya Democratic Alliance government, isn't it?
No, this we are leaving it to we have a national president and some leaders of the legislature. They are the one who are going to decide on this.
Okay. Dr. Khaluki, stay on. Please don't go away. I'll be coming to you shortly. Let me go to Shankar Prasad, the CPIM leader. What went wrong, Mr. Shankar Prasad, in Tripura? Because you had an alliance with the Congress, the left contested 47 seats, giving 13 seats to the Congress, but it didn't work out for you. Because right from the beginning, the BJP was saying that it was an unholy alliance because two parties which were arch rivals got together just to defeat the BJP, but it didn't click. Mr. Shankar Prasad, CPM leader.
Yes, first of all, I like to convey my best wishes to all the viewers of Northeast Live.
Thank you.
You uttered that BJP got a massive victory, but really it's not. Earlier, they got more percentage and more seats. This time, they are getting 32%, 32 seats only. Majority required 31 seats. So, earlier, they got 44 seats. This time, they have lost around 12 to 13 seats like this. And their major leaders, their BJP president, deputy chief minister of the state,
yes,
BJP, one of the general secretaries of BJP, they have lost. And the voting percentage also. Voting percentage also lowered. Earlier, it was around 50%, but this time it is only 39%. So this is not a massive.
Okay, fine.
This is the first
Mr.
point.
Shankar Prasad, are you taking solace at the fact that the BJP has got late seats, but at the end of the day, after a 5-year term, any government faces a certain amount of anti-incumbency. But even then, the BJP managed to win Tripura.
Yeah. You see, yes, incumbency factor what? But BJP, you know it very well that Adani is with BJP. So the 1,000 crore rupees came in the state of Tripura, and so many helicopters fly over Tripura, and they landed in Tripura, and what they carried, actually we don't know. But we can assume that while people are getting 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000 rupees,
but
people.
So Mr. Shankar
this
Prasad,
way, they tried a section of the people.
Okay, I will not go into that. I will not go into that.
That's why only they got
Shankar Prasad, are you not accepting the people's verdict? Are you not accepting the people's verdict? You are blaming on
you see majority of the people of the state do not vote in favor of BJP. 39, only 39%. So what does it mean? The majority section of the people are not happy with the BJP.
Okay, before coming to Mr. Yaswant Deshmukh, I have just one more political guess.
Turnout says they got the majority, but the percentage of voting and the percentage of vote share, a majority people do not cast their vote in favor of BJP.
All right, Mr. Subrata Chakrabarti, you heard who is the BJP leader in Tripura, Shankar Prasad of the CPM has said that you won because of money power. What is your thoughts? What are your thoughts? How would you like to respond?
See, first of all, I would like to congratulate the people of Tripura who have given clear mandate and shown their confidence on Bharatiya Janata Party government here in Tripura. So it's there was a speculation whether it would be a fractured mandate or not, but people have shown that they have full confidence on Bharatiya Janata Party government, and that's why this government is formed once again here. So I would like to thank all the people and especially voters of Tripura, because it was vote for development, it was vote for peace, and it was vote for future prospect of Tripura.
Okay,
I'll out of frustration, because you see this unholy, just a second, this unholy alliance between Congress and CPIM was totally rejected by the conscious people of Tripura, and out of frustration, Mr. Shankar Prasad Datto is saying whatever he said.
Okay,
I have heard of.
Okay, I'll come back. I'll come back to you. A quick comment from Mr. Elentry Dakar, the Vice President of the UDP, and then we'll go for an independent assessment of the situation. Mr. Elentry Dakar, my first question is: will the UDP join the government? Will it be MDA 0.2?
The situation here is such that the mandate that the people have given is highly fractured, and it is a resounding victory for the leading party of MDA 1, NPP, which gained from 19 in the last elections to 26 this time round, and so did my party from 6 elected members to 11. So it looks as if the MDA has gained acceptance, and therefore it will be too early to disclose anything, because as we speak, we are having parleys and meetings across the board.
Absolutely. Most likely it is going to be MDA 2.0. Let me go to you, Mr. Yaswant Deshmukh. As I said, one of the best known sophologists in India, founder, director of Sea Voter. Mr. Yaswant Deshmukh, thank you very much for joining me on the show. Now, you have monitored the exit poll predictions. The entire results today had gone on the same lines, exit polls, where they projected a massive victory for the BJP-led NDA in the whole of the northeastern region. In Nagaland, for example, the BJP retained its number of seats, that was 12 in 2018. And in Tripura, despite some anti-incumbency, despite the chief minister being changed after a gap of 4 years without finishing his term, the BJP managed to retain Tripura. So what are some of your thoughts at this point?
Well, Wasbir, there are multiple points to be analyzed in this one. First of all, I'm really, really happy that finally the Northeast elections are very much on the national prime time. You know, it's been 28 years. You remember when we used to do the Northeast exit polls and opinion polls, the mainstream media in the national media was hardly taking note of that, and it took us really long time. And I'm so happy that today the Northeast elections are making headlines down south from Kerala to right up to Delhi, you know. So I'm really happy with that. Second thing which I am even more happier is that there has been a tendency, Wasbir, about analyzing the Northeast as if this is an area which holds something separate trends from the rest of India, which is not the truth. The truth is, after 50 years of bagging on or analyzing on phenomena of anti-incumbency, in the last 20 odd years, India has proved on or moved on to the bigger phenomena of pro-incumbency. And I have written about this in my book, which is being published very soon. And I have tried to analyze largely this phenomena of new pro-incumbency emotion across states. And it is not just about center. If you look across, there are phenomenally successful chief ministers across India belonging to different political parties who are fashioning a repeat mandate based on their work performance, evaluation, and everything. So it seems that India has moved on to a new idea of giving a pro-incumbent verdict, evaluating assessing the performance of those in power, and also the fact, Basbir, that earlier anything that made people angry used to automatically convert into an anti-incumbent vote. But these days, it seems across India, not just in Northeast,
Yeah.
that the anger and the voting behavior has got segregated. It seems that there are two different emotions. So I may or I may not be upset with on certain issue, but that my anger might not necessarily mean that I will vote out the party which is in power. Largely because there is a very clear trend, Vasbir, that people are not just voting on the outcome of the government's work, but they are also voting on the intent of governance.
Now,
No government under the sun can give a foolproof solution to every problem, but people seem to have rewarded the intent to govern, not just the government.
Now, another thing, I'm coming back to the political guests from the political parties, but Yaswant, another point I'd like to ask you, take your view, is that, the BJP under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they don't desert their regional allies. Now, take the case of Manipur. They had the numbers, but still they kept their small regional parties as allies. They given them ministerial berths at the cost of sacrificing ministerial berths for their own MLAs. Now, in Tripura, the BJP has 32. The magic figure is just 31. But there is a strong possibility that the BJP will reach out to the Tripura Motha, which has got about 13 seats. Same is the case. The BJP was the first to extend a letter of support to the NPP in Meghalaya. So what does all of these mean? Is it a long-term strategy, or is it a strategy ahead of 2024? How do you look at it?
I think they are doing rather well in carrying there, because in the last 9 years we have seen a lot of movement away from the NDA by some of the major parties like Shiv Sena and Akali Dal and JDU. But at the same time, we have also seen BJP. So even when they do not actually need them. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, if you look at the brutal majority that BJP has in Uttar Pradesh, there is no need for BJP to offer ministerial posts to small parties like Apna Dal. Yet they are in cabinet ministers in there, not just in UP, but also in center. Apna Dal has has ministers over there.
Right.
So they are carrying them along with them, and it larger argues well for the party. I was listening to your comment, Vasbir, and I totally agree with you on the electoral output of Bharat Jodo Yatra. When we did the tracker on the Bharat Jodo Yatra, the C-voter tracker clearly showed that there was an upswing in Rahul Gandhi's rating. But I had very clearly mentioned at that point of time that having a higher rating and having an electoral outcome is a two different thing. Please remember, the Congress lost heavily in Gujarat. They managed to win in Himachal, but Himachal Pradesh Bharat Jodo Yatra did not even enter.
Yeah.
So they can hardly take any credit for that victory in Himachal. So there is still a long way for the Congress to actually make a rebound, to actually become electorally viable. Look into these three election results. The Congress used to be, at the center of the Northeast politics for a really long time.
Yes.
But look at its pathetic position at this point of time. It is nowhere near power. It's not even in a position to be a kingmaker anywhere. So I think the Congress strategists have to take all these things into point and think over a long-term strategy.
Absolutely.
These electoral viabilities are not going to come very easy.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Kharuki, the Congress contested 60 seats. The Congress contested 60 seats in Meghalaya when they did not have even a single member in the outgoing assembly. They had several members, but 12 of them Dr. Mukul Sangma and 11 of them had transformed themselves into Trinamool Congress. The remaining 5, they deserted the Congress, they resigned and joined various other parties. So when you went to the polls, the Congress did not have a single MLA in the 60-member house. Yet they contested 60 seats and they came up with just 5, with the party president losing. Does that surprise you? Because the Congress was in power in Meghalaya for 8 years at a stretch under the leadership of Dr. Mukul Sangma.
You see, it doesn't surprise me because the day the Congress split, I know that it will affect not only the Congress, it will affect the split group also, in which they will be carrying half of the vote of the Congress, and half of the vote will remain with the Congress. And in the election, this time it really proved true. And that's why they're losing the election.
So, Mr. Sankar Prasad, in looking back, do you think it was a mistake on your part to have aligned with the Congress? Okay, Mr. Sankar Prasad is not online at this point in time. Now let me bring Miss Patricia Mukim, the editor of the Shillong Times and a very well-known commentator. Miss Patricia Mukim, we were basically discussing the massive NDA victory in the entire 3 states. That means NDA, the BJP has found acceptance in Nagaland. They filled at 20 seats. BJP has found acceptance in Meghalaya, where they contested 60 seats. There were some people who said the BJP will not even find candidates to contest the 60 seats, but they did find candidates, and their vote share has been up. They have already won 2 seats. So what do you think of this BJP's acceptance in the northeastern region?
See, all these national parties did not find acceptance in the first years of their life. Even the Congress.
No, I think we have Kongpat, we have a bad audio with you. Before coming once again to Yashwant Deshmukh, let me turn to Subrata Chakraborty of the BJP. Subrata, what are the chances of the BJP reaching out to Tipra Motha? Because, the Tipra Motha chairman and the royal scion, Pradyut Burman, has met NEDA convener Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma several times. And today, when I was talking to Pradyut Burman during the counting, during the day, he had told me that if the BJP invites them for a talk, they are going to discuss, even that they are going to have a dialogue even on their main demand. That means he has indicated that he is ready to modify the demand. So, is the BJP willing to reach out to Tipra Motha?
See, as BJP has got absolute majority here, so as of now, we do not need to get any support. But as we do politics, inclusive politics, we believe on inclusive politics. So that's why beyond that sort of demand of greater Tipraland or separatist demand or state within state, such kinds of thing, if these things are kept aside, then our state leaders and central leadership will think over that.
Okay, I think these are reconciliatory words from the BJP. Yashwant, you'll have to bear with me. The Prime Minister has just reached the BJP headquarters for a victory rally. Yashwant, I'm sure you understand that. Let's go live to the BJP headquarters where the Prime Minister has just arrived. That's the Prime Minister there.
को विनम्रता से नमन करने का एक और अवसर आया है। मैं त्रिपुरा, मेघालय और नागालैंड की जनता का सर झुकाकर वंदन करता हूं, उन सबका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। इन राज्यों की जनता ने बीजेपी और हमारे साथी सहयोगियों को भरपूर आशीर्वाद दिया है। मैं आज त्रिपुरा, नागालैंड और मेघालय के बीजेपी कार्यकर्ताओं को भी बहुत बधाई देता हूं। दिल्ली में या हमारे अन्य इलाकों में बीजेपी का काम करना उतना कठिन नहीं है जितना नॉर्थ ईस्ट में है। वहां का कार्यकर्ता हमसे अनेक गुना मेहनत करता है और इसलिए वहां के कार्यकर्ता विशेष रूप से अभिनंदन के अधिकारी हैं। आज के नतीजे आप सभी भाजपा कार्यकर्ताओं की मेहनत का परिणाम है। साथियों, आज के चुनाव और इन चुनाव परिणामों में देश के लिए, दुनिया के लिए बहुत सारे संदेश हैं। आज के नतीजे ये दिखाते हैं कि भारत में लोकतंत्र और लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्थाओं पर कितनी आस्था है, एक मजबूत आशावाद है। लोकतंत्र की राह पर चलते हुए हर शंका आशंका का समाधान हो सकता है, बदलाव लाया जा सकता है। एक समय था जब नॉर्थ ईस्ट में चुनाव होते थे, नतीजे आते थे, तो दिल्ली में और देश के अन्य हिस्सों में उतनी चर्चा ही नहीं होती थी। जो चर्चा होती भी थी तो वो चुनावी हिंसा की होती थी, बम, बंदूक और ब्लॉकेड की चर्चा होती थी। त्रिपुरा में तो हाल ये था कि पहले एक पार्टी के अलावा किसी दूसरी पार्टी का झंडा तक नहीं लगाया जा सकता था, और अगर किसी ने लगाने की कोशिश की तो उसको लहूलुहान कर दिया जाता था। इस बार इन चुनावों में हमने कितना बड़ा परिवर्तन देखा है। भाजपा ने नॉर्थ ईस्ट की राजनीति की दिशा ही नहीं, उसकी दशा ही नहीं, लेकिन एक आत्मविश्वास से भरा हुआ और नई दिशा पर चल पड़ा हुआ नॉर्थ ईस्ट हम देख रहे हैं। आज सुबह से मैं जब टीवी देख पाया, इन चुनावों के नतीजे ही छाए रहे। ये सिर्फ दिलों की दूरी समाप्त होने का ही नहीं, बल्कि ये नई सोच का प्रतिबिंब है। अब नॉर्थ ईस्ट न दिल्ली से दूर है और न ही दिल से दूर है। ये युग परिवर्तन का समय है। ये नया इतिहास रचे जाने का समय है। मैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट की शांति, समृद्धि और विकास का ये समय देख रहा हूं। मुझे याद है कि कुछ दिनों पहले जब मैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट गया था तो किसी ने मुझे बोला कि मोदी जी, आपको अपनी हाफ सेंचुरी के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई। तो मैंने उनको पूछा कि भाई ये कैसी हाफ सेंचुरी आप बता रहे हैं? तब उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि जब से बोले आप प्रधानमंत्री बने हैं, आप 50 से भी ज्यादा बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट का विजिट कर चुके हैं, जो अभी नड्डा जी बता रहे थे। साथियों, सवाल बधाई का नहीं है, लेकिन जब एक नागरिक मुझे ये कह रहा था, तब मैं अनुभव कर रहा था कि जाने मात्र से इसके दिल को कितना सुकून मिल रहा है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट के राज्यों के दिलों में कितना प्यार उमड़ करके आया है, उसकी वो अभिव्यक्ति थी। और तब मुझे लगता था कि मेहनत कभी न कभी तो रंग लाती है। चुनाव जीतने से भी ज्यादा मुझे इस बात का संतोष है कि प्रधानमंत्री के कार्यकाल में बार बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट जाकर के मैंने उनके दिलों को जीता है, और वो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी जीत है। मुझे ये संतोष भी हुआ कि पूर्वोत्तर के लोगों को ये एहसास हो रहा है कि अब उनकी उपेक्षा नहीं होती। केंद्र की भाजपा सरकार में नॉर्थ ईस्ट के राज्यों को भी उतना ही महत्व मिलता है। साथियों, आज बहुत सारे पॉलिटिकल विश्लेषक बीजेपी की सफलता को समझने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। कुछ हमारे विशेष शुभचिंतक भी हैं। इन विशेष शुभचिंतक जिनके पेट में ये सोच सोच करके दर्द होता है कि बीजेपी की जीत का राज क्या है। साथियों, मैं ज्यादा तो टीवी देख नहीं पाता हूं, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि शायद अब तक मैंने देखा नहीं है कि ईवीएम पर कोई गाली पड़नी शुरू हुई है कि नहीं हुई है। लेकिन ऐसे हर शुभचिंतक को मैं बीजेपी की सफलता का रहस्य बताना चाहता हूं। भाजपा के विजय अभियान का रहस्य छिपा है त्रिवेणी में। त्रिवेणी यानी 3 धाराओं का संगम। इस त्रिवेणी की पहली शक्ति है भाजपा सरकारों का कार्य। इस त्रिवेणी की दूसरी शक्ति है भाजपा सरकारों की कार्य संस्कृति, और इस त्रिवेणी की तीसरी शक्ति है भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं का सेवा भाव। ये त्रिवेणी मिलकर भाजपा की शक्ति को 1+1+1 यानी 111 गुना बढ़ा देते हैं। हमने देश को एक नई राजनीति दी है, राजनीति की एक नई संस्कृति दी है। हमने सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास, एक नया विकास मॉडल देश को दिया है। हमारे काम के तौर तरीकों में कोई भेदभाव नहीं होता। हम सबके विकास में भरोसा करते हैं। हम सबके लिए सेवा भाव से काम करते हैं। हमारी प्रेरणा है एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत, भाजपा का विकास मॉडल देश हित को सर्वोपरि रखता है। हमारे लिए देश प्रथम है, देशवासी प्रथम है। साथियों, हमारे देश में हमेशा से एक और पॉलिटिकल मॉडल रहा जिसमें पहले ऐसा कहते थे कि जो दूरदृष्टा होते हैं, स्टेट्समैन होते हैं, वो आने वाली पीढ़ियों का सोचते हैं और पॉलिटिशियन के लिए कहा जाता था कि वो अगले चुनाव का सोचते हैं। तो मुझे किसी ने एक बार कहा तो मैंने कहा अब कहावत और बदल गई है। बोले क्या? मैंने कहा पहले जो स्टेट्समैन होते हैं वो अगली पीढ़ी के लिए सोचते हैं। पहले कहा जाता था कि पॉलिटिशियन अगले चुनाव के लिए सोचते हैं, लेकिन आज तो समय ऐसा बदल गया है कि पॉलिटिशियन दूसरे दिन के अखबार में क्या छपेगा इस पर ही सोचते रहते हैं। शाम को टीवी में उनकी तस्वीर आएगी कि नहीं, यही सोचते रहते हैं। और इसलिए जो आसान चीजें होती हैं, जो जरा मुंह में पानी छूट जाए ऐसी चीजें होती हैं और जिससे लोगों को आसानी से गुमराह किया जा सकता है, उसी मॉडल पर चलने की फैशन बढ़ रही है। राजनीति के इस मॉडल में कठिन लक्ष्यों को हाथ ही नहीं लगाया जाता था। तब समस्याओं को ऐसे टाल दिया जाता था जैसे उनका कोई अस्तित्व ही नहीं है, समस्या की तरफ देखना ही नहीं। ये पॉलिटिकल मॉडल कठिनाइयों का हल नहीं करता था, बल्कि लोगों के जीवन को लंबे समय के लिए कठिनाई में जीने के लिए मजबूर कर देता था। भाजपा ने
Canara Bank announces special deposit offer for 100 days at 7.75% per annum. Apply online or visit your nearest Canara Bank branch.
Good day. কিহৰ কাৰণে? He said yes. Rahul. Cab driver. Even better. ডাঙৰ মুহূৰ্তলৈ কিয় কৰে wait? সৰু এটা পলু হ'ব পাৰে? Great. গোটেই সৈতে কৰক. Celebrate.
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m. News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m.
क्या 21वीं सदी में बिना बिजली की जिंदगी कोई कल्पना कर सकता है? पहले की सरकारों ने देखा कि वहां तक बिजली पहुंचाना कठिन काम है, इसलिए उन गांवों को अंधेरे में छोड़ दिया गया। नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोगों को घर, पक्के घर, उनको नल से जल, उनके घरों में गैस का कनेक्शन ये उपलब्ध कराने ये पहले की सरकारों के काम की सूची में ही नहीं था, क्योंकि उनके लिए न तो उन क्षेत्रों की परवाह थी और न ही ऐसे कठिन कामों को करने का हौसला था। एयरपोर्ट, हाईवे, रेलवे, ये कनेक्टिविटी नॉर्थ ईस्ट में इन चीजों के विकास को भी कठिन मान लिया गया था। पहले की सरकारें कठिनाइयों से बचती रही और इसकी वजह से हर परियोजना में देरी होती रही। हमने इन परियोजनाओं को पूरा किया और लगातार मेहनत कर रहे हैं। हमारे ऐसे ही प्रयासों की वजह से आज देश पहली बार गरीबी के खिलाफ इतनी मजबूती से लड़ रहा है। और मुझे तो खुशी है कि मेरा गरीब भाई भी गरीबी को खत्म करने के लिए मेरे साथ कंधे से कंधा खड़ा लगा करके मेहनत कर रहा है। इसलिए आज भारत के विकास और उसकी रफ्तार की तारीफ पूरी दुनिया में हो रही है। हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है? चारों तरफ गुण सुनाई दे रही है कि नहीं सुनाई दे रही है? साथियों, भाजपा के विजय अभियान में जो हमारी त्रिवेणी की तीसरी शक्ति है, शिव जी के भी कहते हैं ना, तीसरा नेत्र सबसे सामर्थ्यवान माना जाता है। ये हमारी जो तीसरी शक्ति है, वो तीसरी शक्ति हमारे भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता है।
All right, that's the Prime Minister addressing a victory rally at the BJP headquarters in New Delhi, where he made two significant comments. He says, today's verdict in the Northeast shows distance of herds have ended. Let's have everybody in the screen. Today's verdict shows distance of herds have ended. That's what the Prime Minister said. And he said it's a dawn of a new thinking. I'm coming to all of you. Yashwant Deshmukh is there joining me from New Delhi. He is there. Yashwant, how do you look at this, celebration, the speech by the Prime Minister? He is making it a big issue. The three states, as you said in the beginning, earlier nobody took notice of the northeastern region. Today, the Prime Minister is addressing BJP Karyakartas at the BJP headquarters in the national capital, talking only about the northeastern region.
Absolutely. And just to remind the viewers, probably even if you flip across the channels, probably this live telecast of Prime Minister's speech is being taken on air by almost each and every of, almost 200 plus news channels in India. So that's what I was trying to say, Wasbir, that, when an election in Tripura makes a headline in Malayalam Manorama in Kerala,
Yes.
or Amar Ujala in Uttar Pradesh, that's where, you feel heartened that, okay, this is what was required for a long time. And I don't give any, I mean that way, but I really, it's a great day to see this. And also full points to the Prime Minister, actually. He did mention that he visited more than 50 times to Northeast. You see, numbers don't lie, Wasbir. Honestly speaking, if you look into the numbers of previous Prime Ministers, probably if you even total that, combined visits of last 25 years, the Prime Minister visit to the Northeast, it will not probably come to 50. So yes, the Northeast has been pretty much on the agenda of Prime Minister Modi, and the people of Northeast have probably kind of reverted, in their own way in terms of making BJP more viable in Northeast.
Right.
You mentioned, I think you were talking to the editor of Shillong Times when you mentioned about the BJP vote share. It almost does 10% this time in Meghalaya, and it's not a small thing for a party. And I think she was making a point, what I could understand, that entry in Northeast was not easy for Congress also in the first 20 odd years. So Nagaland, who would have thought 9 years back that BJP would be even contesting in Nagaland, forget about winning seats. Who would have thought even 6 months prior to the Tripura poll 5 years back that left could be defeated and BJP can, at best, people were talking about BJP becoming principal opposition, replacing the Congress.
Absolutely.
But not only they have replaced, they have become the ruling party. So things have changed. Things have changed a lot. And I think people of Northeast, like rest of the people in rest of the other states, are kind of giving pro-incumbent verdict purely on the assessment and evaluation of various governments and the CEO-style chief ministers.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. I have another comment to get from you, Yashwant, but before that, let me go to Dr. Khaluki. I'm also now joined by Mr. Yaptung Izung. He's a sociologist. He's a professor from Nagaland. I'm coming to you, Professor Izung, shortly. But Dr. Khaluki, for earlier the discourse was that we will bring peace, we'll bring peace, we'll bring peace, because that was the promise of all the political parties, because the entire Northeast was disturbed. Same was the case in Meghalaya. You had the rebellion in the Garo Hills, you had the armed insurgency, HNLC, and all those things. Now, not just the BJP, even the NPP has talked about the development work that it has done in the last 5 years. Now, the entire discourse, I'm asking you a general question. This is nothing to do with political parties, Dr. Khaluki. My general observation, I just want to know, do you agree, and why has it happened? Is it the BJP which has taken the lead development card, and the regional parties are also trying to work hard, trying to match up with the development mantra of the BJP?
Yes, the thing is like this, Wasbir. We find that the central government is very helpful when it comes to this. And our chief minister, he was young and dynamic. He always had it is hard to develop our state and also to help the youth, in which bring up certain policy like the startup in jobs and all this, not to speak of tourism and others. So we find that the central government is very helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Professor Izung, this is, I'm joined, as I said, Yaptung Izung. He is a professor of sociology at a college, BBC College in Wokha. Professor Izung, that why everyone is asking this question. Usually the opposition either unites to defeat the BJP and its allies. But here in Nagaland, we found the main opposition party contesting only 20 seats, which is 1/3 of the seats. And the Congress, another opposition party, contested only 23 seats. Therefore, it was absolutely not surprising that the BJP and its ally, the NDPP, or for that matter, let me reverse it, the NDPP and its ally, the BJP, has won up to 37 seats on their own. So, what was this arithmetic? It is beyond me.
Thank you for the time. Now, the festival of democracy has settled down. Then, as you've said, us as PJs, I should main opposition party state only made candidates to this. That's a big question, actually. Maybe that they may have lost faith, folks. That may be one reason. Or they may have become eyes of the public. Or maybe that they're in their own political parties. Or maybe the party may have much more on the line of development, but in hearts, or they're always plus. Maybe the ruling party has more things to do, 2-3 steps ahead than for NBF or the opposition party. Or there may be some other reasons as well.
Right.
There was something.
But there was no serious effort at halting the BJP in Nagaland. That is what has come after all this, isn't it? There was no serious attempt at fighting the BJP, or for that matter, the NDPP in Nagaland. Do you agree?
If I have to speak on this, the last election, on only 12 seats. Say, this time around, they have only 12 seats. Even we have heard our Prime Minister speaking from Delhi, but also few days happened in Nagaland. He came. I was just wondering as to he has created on Because if at all the impact, I feel like the seats increased.
Right. Right. Subrata, I'll come to you slightly later, but I would like to put one last question to Yashwant and not delay him. Yashwant, not the entire Northeast has just 25 Lok Sabha seats, and yet we see in states like Tripura, starting from the Prime Minister to the Home Minister to the party president to Kiren Rijiju to the NEDA convener Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, everybody. It was a election campaign blitzkrieg that the BJP had launched. It has unleashed its political might in states like Tripura, for example, even for that matter in Nagaland and Meghalaya. So 25 seats, nobody bothered. So how are these 25 seats so important for the BJP that has such a massive strength in the parliament?
Well, Wasbir, I have a different take on this one. Unlike the national media analysts and big editors out there in Delhi, who kind of over-focus on states like UP and Bihar and try to say that BJP in 14 and 19 have managed to get the majority on its own because of these main huge states. My take is the 25 seats of Northeast are really critical for the BJP to cross the majority line on its own. And if the BJP has been enjoying this kind of comfortable majority on its own as a single party majority, then it is courtesy the Northeast, which was the completely blacked out area as far as the BJP calculation was concerned, or as far as the big media calculation of the BJP is concerned. So arguably BJP and their strategists, and when I say the strategists, that includes the number one and number two, that is Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. They know their politics better than most of us around. They know the criticality of these 25 seats. They know how important these seats are. And this is why I always maintain this, even to the harsh critiques of the BJP, I say, you may dislike them, you may hate them, but you have to credit them with the hard work they put on the ground. You have to give credit to the seriousness with they contest each and every election, and if they work that hard, they reap the benefit. So others might not be in a position to see why these people are putting so much into Northeast, but I can see it very clearly. For them, these 25 seats matter. And if the BJP wishes to continue their complete majority on the ground, on the floor of the House in Parliament, then they know they have to give 100% in these 25 seats. So it is important for their critical calculation,
Right.
Not just 80 seats of UP or 40 seats of Bihar.
Right.
It is their seriousness in Northeast which is making them win, which has made them win 14 and 19, and which is likely to make them win again in 24.
Absolutely, Yashwant Desmukh, the founder director of C Vota, one of India's best known cephalogists. It was all throughout the day. It was Northeast Live and C Vota. Thanks for your support, Yashwant, and thanks for your insight. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you on the show. I'd like to I'm also joined by Anthony Debbarma, the spokesperson of Tripura Mota. But before I go to him, I'd like to put one last question to Dr. W.R. Kharlukhi, and I don't want to detain him. Dr. Kharlukhi, Mr. Conrad Sangma has already arrived in Shillong this evening. He has already held dialogue, one round of talks with the NPP MLAs. Are you also meeting the BJP and the UDP MLAs tonight or tomorrow?
Well, that actually, Wasbir, we're leaving it to the Chief Minister. So I don't know about that.
So all the NPP elected MLAs, do you think they'll be arriving in Shillong by tomorrow?
Yes. All of them have started arriving.
So there will be
some of them have reached this evening itself.
And when is the NPP legislature party meeting scheduled?
You see, Wasbir, today I was very busy in the party headquarters, and plus I want to be in your show. I cannot miss you, Wasbir. So I'm home.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Khaluki. Really, really grateful for your time. As always, you have been on Northeast Live, giving your valuable insight, the party's point of view. Thank you so much, Dr. Khaluki, for joining me. Now, before coming to Anthony Deb Barma, who has just joined me, let me go to Mr. Subroto Chakrabarti. Subroto, thank you for the patience. That was because of the Prime Minister who was live from the party headquarters. Now, you know, Yashwant Desmukh, the psephologist, he was saying, he talked about the hard work which the BJP puts into always, how the BJP takes every election seriously. Now, tell us something about how seriously were you working as far as Tripura was concerned this time around that led to this result. Nobody's there, no? Nobody else? Okay, Subroto is not online. Let me go to Anthony Deb Barma. Anthony Deb Barma, the Tripura Motha has won actually 13 seats. The Tripura Motha has won 13 seats. Now, have you received any invitation from the BJP? BJP, I know, has got 32. It has crossed the magic mark. But, you know, the BJP is known to invite potential allies to be in the government. Have you heard anything from the BJP yet?
As of now, not yet. And even if at all, if they are going to call us, so they will be calling to the chairman of Tripura Motha, that is how Bubagra. So once they call, I think Bubagra definitely will tell the peoples that he got a call from the BJP. So that will be like ultimately once the call comes, then decision and discussions will be taken place to the party. Accordingly, Bubagra, the chairman, will move forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now what? 13 seats. It's a big victory for the Tripura Motha. It is the first time that you have contested a state election. So what does it mean for you? What is the moral of the story? What does this mean?
Yeah, in fact, we were expecting 18, as I have said in the morning also, minimum 18 and maximum 22. But unfortunately, we haven't reached into that figure. But nevertheless, I think today we have shown the kind of effort that the Tripura Motha, for the first time in the history of Tripura, being the regional political party, have come to a second position, leaving behind CPM and the Congress, which they are the national party. So in fact, I think this is something very unique for us, and since it is for the first time and it is a beginning, so we are very happy with the kind of achievement that we have done.
All right. I would thank all of you gentlemen for being on the show. But before closing the show, thank you so much, Professor Izong, then Mr. Subroto, as well as Mr. Anthony Deb Barma. Thank you very much for being on the show. But before I close, let's look at a conversation that our reporter had with one of the two women candidates that have created history in Nagaland by becoming an MLA for the first time. For the first time, there will be women MLAs in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Our correspondent spoke to Hakani Jakhalu from Dimapur 3 constituency, who let's listen into the conversation.
How do you feel you have scripted history, becoming the first woman to shatter the male-dominated Naga politics by 1,536 votes? How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very blessed. I'm overwhelmed. God's been kind to us.
Well, no, that's great. And now the second question I have for you is, you talked about corruption. You wanted to be one of the faces that change corruption in the state of Nagaland. So how will your election to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly change the face of Nagaland politics and the government in general?
See, corruption happens when funds come in short, in very simple words. when funds come in and you don't utilize it properly and the funds don't reach the beneficiary, the people who it needs to reach, for me, in my whatever capacity, whatever funds come in, I want to make sure that my people, it reaches my people and the beneficiaries. So that's how you check corruption.
Now, since you are elected, many women across Nagaland and beyond, I've told you last time also, they are looking at you, they are, idolizing you. So now, how would you encourage the women in Naga society to come forward? Because now 2 women elected today, and you were the first one, created history. How would you encourage the women to come forward and take part in this election process?
We have opened the doors and windows for women, and it's up to now the younger generation, the younger girls, to follow path. And I want them to look at us as an inspiration, because in Nagaland we did not have role models. That was the problem. But now we are 2 of us, so we are really hopeful that we will inspire younger generation.
2 NDPP women candidates elected today. Do you feel that you deserve a ministerial berth? What is your thought?
I'll fight for it. I'll fight for it.
Many, many congratulations. Thank you for speaking to Notice Live.
All right, all right. I mean, that is a very confident Ekani Jakhalu there, saying that you'll fight for a ministerial berth, if I have heard her correctly at this point in time. I'm now joined by Dr. Rosemary Zuvitsu, a well-known academic and advisor of the Naga Mothers Association. Dr. Rosemary Zuvitsu, welcome to this live broadcast. Women in Nagaland have created history. 2 of them have become the first women MLAs in the Nagaland Assembly. 1963 was when Nagaland became a state. Ever since, there was not a single woman candidate. And you, the Naga Mothers Association, or to be precise, on the 25th of January, had made an appeal to the political parties to field women candidates.
Yes, Wasbir, it's been a historic event for us today. And the fact that the NMA was also able to play a little role in getting the tickets for our women candidates is also something that is important. We are confident because both of them are women of action. Mrs. Salutino comes from a life of working with women's organizations and women activism. She has worked with us for many years for the women reservation. And Hekani Jakhalu Kense is a lawyer by profession and has been a youth icon for many years here in the state. And we are excited. We definitely look forward to both of them to perform very well in the assembly and for the people of the state. It's not just their constituency that we are talking about. I think we are looking at the welfare of women in the state.
So, the Naga Mothers Association has been talking about the lack of gender equality in Nagaland. So, are you satisfied today?
Wasbir, that is a very absurd question to ask right now. I think this will be the beginning of seeing more women entering. In a few months from now, we are going to have the municipal elections, where we definitely are going to have the reservation for women. And I think that is where we will have women being trained to step into the assembly after the municipal elections.
Absolutely. Dr. Rosemary Zuvitsu, thank you very much for your comments. It has been a historic day today. The 3 states results are out. The massive victory for the National Democratic Alliance, or for that matter, the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance in the whole of the Northeast. Tripura, the BJP managed to retain power. In Nagaland, it was status quo. The NDPP, BJP combined has won an absolute majority. And it is some kind of a fractured mandate, but the NPP, which was the dominant partner of the Meghalaya Democratic Alliance during the last elections, has managed to improve its tally from 20 in 2018 to at least 25 this time round. So on the whole, it is status quo in the northeastern region. We have to wait and watch how things unfold. And as of now, we are keeping a close watch on Tripura, where we are looking at whether the BJP is going to invite the Tripura Motha or not. These are the big questions, but in the next 2 to 3 days, the pictures are going to be clear. I thank all my viewers for watching the program and throughout the day watching the live broadcast on Northeast Live, the only channel that had an extensive array of reporters on the ground that brought you accurate figures. We did not race with anybody. We did not compete with anybody. Our only objective today was to bring you accurate figures as fast as possible. And I think through your support, we have been able to achieve that. Thanks for watching the show. Good night and goodbye.
every day at 7 p.m.